Okay, here we are. And which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones, right now, Donald Trump.
Hey everyone! Today we're diving into one of the most fiery debates to hit the political stage recently. Ann Coulter took on Bill Maher and Reid, and let me tell you, she did not hold back. From hot-button issues to unfiltered truths, this clash is all anyone's talking about. Stick around because I'm breaking it all down and sharing my take on the key moments you need to know. Let's get into it.
Especially
Well,
like
what about of all of them? I mean, Scott
fake
Walker?
laughter from the audience.
Scott Walker, would you say?
Of the ones who aren't declared, no, Romney Walker's my ticket.
Romney Walker. See, but last time you said if we nominate Romney, we'll definitely lose.
And I was right, but
Well, why will he win this?
that was 2
Third
years
time's the
in
charm?
advance, and it was because actually it was third time was the charm for Reagan.
Right.
It was because it's very hard to take out an incumbent, and the reason I supported Christie back then, and I don't now, was because he's so flashy and idiosyncratic that we probably were going to lose, but the only shot we had was this wild, idiosyncratic guy. I think Romney would crush Hillary.
I would do anything for
Though
Trump.
if you ran,
Trump Christie.
if you ran Bernie Sanders, it would be much tougher.
Bernie Sanders?
It would be much tougher to beat him than
You
Hillary.
think would be a better candidate than Hillary?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
because he would
cares
excite
about
the base.
the American middle class, working class. Hillary doesn't. She's like the elected Republican. She cares about the Chamber of Commerce.
Reactions panel?
I think it's going to be Marco Rubio.
Well, you think it's going to be Marco Rubio?
I think Marco Rubio's got the best chance. And if you saw the announcement he gave, which followed a couple weeks ago, followed Hillary Clinton's, stark contrast. He talked about yesterday, a candidate from yesterday, gave a speech about yesterday. I think Rubio has the charisma, the sort of freshness. He's Hispanic. He speaks fluent Spanish. That's not nothing.
He's Cuban.
But he speaks fluent Spanish.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
Sure, as they do in Cuba.
Ted Cruz doesn't speak Spanish.
Are
by the way.
Cubans also rapists?
No, they're good. I think they're good.
They're good? Okay. All right.
I don't get this fascination with Rubio. I really honestly don't. What is his qualification to actually be president of the United States other than that he fills a demographic hole for your party?
He's more qualified than Barack Obama.
In what way?
He was a Speaker of the House of Florida. He was a Speaker of the House of Florida. He passed immigration reform.
He's
a bipartisan immigration. He passed a bipartisan immigration
all
reform law.
All it took for him to turn against immigration reform was for Russia to sneeze on him, and he changed his mind.
Wait.
No, he fought hard for it.
He passed it.
In the Senate.
In the Senate.
Yeah.
And then he ran
He is a U.S. senator.
That's not passing it.
He passed it in the Senate.
That's nothing.
It's also like being...
You know how a bill becomes a law.
Yes, I am aware.
Okay. Then he didn't pass it.
Did Barack Obama champion immigration reform when he was in?
I'll tell you what I think.
He didn't pass it.
Second
What I think.
lieutenant on the Titanic.
I think that
You don't like Rubio.
No, I mean, all he's done, first he violated his pledge. He ran saying comprehensive immigration reform, and that's amnesty. I'm against it. He gets people to vote for him.
What do you want to do with the 15
3
million?
years.
What do you want to do, though?
Still talking.
What do you want to do
Then he
with the
spends
illegal?
3 years doing nothing
No
but
one has
pushing
answered
amnesty.
What do we do?
And
with
we
the
know
15
it's
or
not
30
popular,
million
which is why I'd prefer Bernie Sanders to Hillary Clinton, who's now on the side of the Chamber of Commerce.
If you're finding this breakdown interesting and want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Your support really helps me bring more discussions like this to the channel. Let's get back to the video.
Because
You are out of the box.
the American people have 3 times shut down an amnesty in the last 10 years, and it's not because any network or any politician other than, a few very small ones were opposing it. It was the American people rising up and saying, we don't want amnesty. So if that's your big selling point,
I just want to ask.
nope, don't think it's going to get any place.
In all seriousness, right? So I'm with you. I want to secure the border. I think we need assimilation. But if we have 15 or 30 or 30 million, however many illegals here, What do you do with them if you don't have a pathway to
I think
citizenship?
it's ridiculous to talk about it until the border is
That's
secure.
a cop-out.
No, it isn't.
What would you?
No, it isn't. You secure the border
I agree. Let's
first.
secure
and
the
reason you
border,
secure
and then
the
what do we
border
do with
first
it?
is in 1986, Reagan passed an amnesty saying this is it,
Well,
one amnesty,
look,
we'll have border
look,
security.
look.
It was a lie. Then we
Being
got
against-
either 12 or 30 million.
Ronald
First-
Reagan
Being against
lied.
immigration
First, you
reform,
want the fence.
being against immigration reform is for the status quo. That means we keep the status quo. The fact is, we have 2 million people working in the fields every day in America. They provide us our food.
machines
Now, if I could, and they provide us with food, and we should pay them a decent salary because this is America. Number one.
Why should it be the
Number
ones
two.
that live within walking distance?
Number two.
What about the other
Number two.
billions
We
of
are
people
not
who
going to
wanna come
deport
here?
our way out of this. Mitt Romney,
course we will.
Mitt Romney got more white votes than any other candidate for the presidency of the United States, and he still got his ass whooped by Barack Hussein Obama by 5 million votes. Because, and so my point to you, Bill, is there's this new American coalition. It's young people, it's gay people, it's Latinos, it's Hispanic, it's people who believe in the environment. And so when I saw Jeb Bush actually attempt to broaden the tent of the Republican Party, he had a diverse group of people. He spoke in English and in Spanish fluently, and he was unafraid
No reason why
to
conservatives can't win Hispanic votes.
Yeah, there is.
But George
They
W.
speak
Bush
about
got
them
4.
like there's some
What?
sort of
We're not winning
sort of
Hispanic.
You know what? You're right.
disease on the body politic.
That's a problem, isn't it?
That's why they can't. And
That
here's
does
the-
hurt.
Why
But
would
George
it-
W. Bush got
Why
40%.
do Republicans have to
Well-
be obsessed with winning Democratic constituency? Why don't we start haranguing Jack, still talking.
Oh, okay.
Why don't we start haranguing the Democrats? Why don't you guys try to cut off more of the evangelical vote? Because you are losing with that. That's 40%
And you
of
know what,
America.
May I
Why don't you
risk
get the
agreeing
gun owners?
with one thing that Ann Coulter has to say? I think it is absolutely a bit insulting to say that Hispanics are going to, like lemmings, vote for the Republican Party because your candidate has an O at the end of
Why
his name.
should they like lemmings
His
vote? Why should they?
policies-
But why should they
his
like lemmings vote for the
policies-
Democratic
but his-
Party?
Because the policies of the Democratic Party, every
No.
poll will show you,
Yeah.
most Latinos agree with the
it. That's
policies
right.
of the Democratic
they want
Party.
the American
They're voting their
dream-
interests. They're voting the policies they agree
They want
with.
big government.
Marco Rubio turned against his
Marco
own
Rubio's dad
bill.
came here.
But look,
from
if you
Cuba. He
want
was a
Latinos
bartender.
to
He
listen
wants
to
the American
Republicans, the
dream.
first sign you have to take off is that I don't like you sign. Because as long as
I
you
like
have,
you.
I get that.
I
But
dig
that's
you,
not.
man.
But that's not going to win you an election. Because I'm one voter. But there are millions
One voter
of
at a
voters.
time.
There are millions of voters out there. And when Donald Trump, and I find this amazing
when the book's
that the
called- when the book's
Republican
called
Party
Adios
did
America,
not
it does
challenge
present a
Donald
problem.
Trump on what he said. No one in the Republican Party,
Right.
Donald Trump. It says, so if Jeb Bush challenges Donald Trump, challenges him and wins and gets through miraculously, gets through the Republican primaries, I think then Latinos will say, God, that guy championed our cause. He took on the man that called us rapists and murderers, and he took him on. And you know what? They will reward him because
No, they
he's
won't.
opened
No,
their
they
hearts.
won't.
All right, all right. Let
No,
me
they
go on
won't.
to
He'll
another
lose
subject.
as George Bush did, he'll lose the Hispanic vote 64.
All right.
But you know what? If
And
you get,
you-
wait,
and by the
way,
if you
I'm
get,
tired.
if a Republican gets 40% of the Hispanic
Jeez.
vote, he's the president.
No, he isn't.
right.
Yes, he is.
No, you need 71% of the Hispanic vote, and Mitt Romney still would have lost 4% more of the white vote, and he would have won. So what is it Republicans fixated on? And I do not think you are speaking for the Hispanics in this
You're
country
right.
because they're
Mitt
the ones.
Romney should have been whiter.
No. But
I believe
George
that's.
Bush could
I
have
believe
been
that's
whiter.
the
I think George
conclusion
Bush-
we've. Mitt Romney was not white. God damn it.
And there you have it. Ann Coulter didn't hold back, and neither did Bill Maher or Joy Reid. This debate touched on some of the most controversial issues of our time, and whether you agree or disagree, it's clear the stakes are higher than ever in today's political discourse. Now, I want to hear from you. What did you think of the points they raised? Who do you think made the stronger argument? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next.